Morning, everybody. Dale here with Scrapyard Rescue. Okay, since my last video, when I just had a little sit down, kind of trying to decide what I wanted to do with this video with my YouTube channel. I've been thinking about it now for the past week, and I decided I'm going to go ahead and keep going with it for a while anyway. I thought that I would maybe put another year into it, see what happens. I still would like to see it be, somewhat successful. I don't have any dreams of a vice grip garage or anything like that, but I would like to get the channel up so I can actually monetize it and make a few bucks. I'm not going to get rich, I know that, and I don't really care, but I would like to just see it be somewhat successful. So what we're going to do, I'm going to try to put out a video once a week. That may or may not work out. It just depends on what's happening and stuff like that. Pretty much I have to work outside, so we're still in January here, but it's like, I don't know, it's like spring weather here. Temperature's been in the 50s now for weeks. The extended forecast says it's going to be all the way to February. It's still going to be the same. So I thought I'd get out here and do something. I'm just going to do like stuff that I just got laying around here that I can work on. So today what I'm going to do is I've got a fender that I took off of the Fairlane #1 over there and replaced it with a different fender. After looking at this fender, I'm not really sure why I took it off. I think the main reason was I needed to replace this front piece on the old fender. Well, it would have been this fender. And the other fender I had was in a little bit better shape than this one, so I just painted it up, put the new piece on, and put it on the car. So after looking at this fender, and I'll get you in here in a minute, we'll look at it. I'm going to clean this all up real nice. I'm going to scrape all this crap off on the inside. I'm going to sand it down, fix any little stuff I can do. I'm going to undercoat here, and I'm going to go ahead and, I don't know if I'll paint the outside, but I'll get anything, dings or anything like that I find on it fixed and get it primed real good, and then I'll put it away and we'll see what happens. So I'll get you in here and we'll do a little walk around on this, and I'll kind of show you what I'm looking at. Okay, this is the inside of the fender, and you can see that it's got some undercoating on it. I don't know if that's factory, or I might have sprayed a bunch of crap underneath there at one time when I was first working on the car. I don't really remember. You can see the whole fender's not done, but and this is actually a good fender. It doesn't have a lot of rust. This stuff here will come right off with a good cheek poker. It'll clean up good. I'm going to scrape as much of this black shit off that I can get here, and clean all this stuff up, all this rust, make it look, get it nice. Like I said, undercoat it, and kind of just get it all fixed up. Here's the outside. You can see it's not, there's some stuff right here. Where am I at? There we go. Right in here, I got I got to pound some stuff in and pound a little stuff out. Probably going to have to put some filler in there because I can't get in underneath here and get this little dings out. So I'll just fill that in with some Bondo, and I'm gonna sand all that down there where the trim piece was, and I'll get that all down to bare metal, clean it up good. I know it's kind of hard to see because it's white, and you know, but it's in good shape. So I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna fart around with this. It's supposed to be 50 some degrees today, sunshine. So I'm just gonna hang out outside here and just, you know, fart around with this fender, see what I can do with it. So I'm just gonna flip it back over and just start scraping and grinding and cleaning the inside out first. I'm gonna get that all done first, get some undercoating on it, and then I'll flip it back over onto this side, and we'll start sanding and smoothing and cleaning and all that kind of stuff. All right, guys, I think I got the inside of this about as good as I'm gonna get it for now anyway. Of course, anytime I do something like this, I run into all kinds of problems. The one is my cheek poker is falling apart. I don't even know what I did with that here, but you can see that the where the hell is it? The handle fell off of it. The wheel's no good on it. It's kind of getting to be more work than I got to get a different wheel for it and stuff, but I think this is actually good enough for the inside. Like I said, I'm just going to primer the heck out of this and then shoot it all with undercoating, and you know, it's going to be good enough. This is factory stuff, and it's not coming off. So I'm going to flip it over, do some stuff on the other side, and we'll just keep going with it. All right, guys, this is kind of just for people that haven't done a lot of this type of stuff. You know, if you're just kind of new or thinking about doing, you got a car you want to work at. Anytime you're going to do something, doesn't matter what it is, engine work, you know, brakes, body work, upholstery, any of that stuff. The one thing you got to remember is when you get into it, when you get started on it, you're going to open a whole big can of worms. So once you think you can tackle something and it's going to be easy, that's just going to blow up in your face, and it's going to be a mess. So you can see right here along this trim line that had the peeling paint that I started working on here. This is all body filler in here, all along this thing. This thing is this whole fender has been worked over with body filler. So now now I'm to the point like, okay, what do I do now? Do I strip this thing completely down to metal, or do I leave it alone and just go ahead and skim over this with some more body filler? I've got it ground out pretty much where this stuff is solid. I can fill this, so I'm probably going to do that because I do not like doing a lot of body work. It's just one of them things that I just freaking hate. I got this part cleaned up here. There is a dent here, so I'm going to have to skim this over with some body work, or some body filler, I mean. That I'm just going to, I think the same thing. I'm just going to mix up some Bondo. I'm just going to skim over that, smooth it out, and just finish it up. There must have been something going on there. I don't know what. You can see a lot of little marks in here where somebody was pounding on something, you know. So, and then there's a lot of, like, I don't know if you can see this stuff on the camera, all these little chips and dings. I'll sand all them out, clean that all up. But the other thing is, which usually always happens, especially with me, is I can't find any of the shit I have. So the first thing I gotta do is I gotta buy a new cheek poker because that thing's no good. The handle fell off. You can't hold on to it. This is another Harbor Freight tool here. This disc sander, except it's no good because the freaking this part of it here, what holds the sandpaper's no good, so the sandpaper doesn't stay on it, flies off. I've got a package of Harbor Freight discs that went with it that are completely useless, so I can't use them. I bought some new ones here at one time, better ones, and I can't find them. So, you know, that's how things go. You know, you get into this stuff and you're going to find all that kind of crap happens to you. So I don't know what I'm going to do. It's going to take a trip into town. I'm going to have to spend money that I didn't want to spend. I thought I could just work on this fender. It would be cheap. It would give me something to do, give me something to put on a video, all that kind of stuff. And like I said, now it's a big whole can of worms I got to get into. I do have some body filler, and it's supposed to get into the 50s this afternoon. The sun's beating down on here. It's kind of why it's sort of hard to film. I think I might maybe mix up some filler and go ahead and put a coat on that and just see what happens. It should cure right away, so I don't think it's going to have to worry about it like getting too cold or anything. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to clean the fender off. Maybe mix up some stuff. There's a spot right here that needs some. Here, definitely. It'll be, you know, 2-3 coats, so I can get one coat on, and then that'll give me time to go into town later and get some sandpaper and, you know, get some good stuff and keep working on it. You know, so I'm just going to go ahead and go with that for now, and we'll get back to you here in a minute when I get the fender cleaned off and some stuff mixed up. Okay, fellas, I'm going to go ahead and start sanding on this fender here. I got to smooth out where all this body stuff was and everything, so I'm going to go ahead and hit that, and we'll see how it works out. I don't think I'll keep the camera on for the whole thing. That'd be kind of boring just to stand there and watching me do this. But I'll get back in here as soon as we make some progress and show you what we're doing. Okay, guys, I got some sanding done on the fender here. Kind of show you what I did. This is just kind of a first, you know, just sanding it, getting some of the crud off, cleaning it up, kind of. I got that strip where the trim goes. I got that all ready to put some body filler in there, but I'm not sure if I can do that today. It's not really warming up as fast as it has been. It's only like 40-some degrees today. I think that'd be a little too cold. I still got a few hours of afternoon left. If it warms up another, I don't know, if it gets up to around 50, I'll go ahead and try getting at least a coat on. You know, I just gotta get this. They had some filler in here, so I gotta get this filled back out. I don't want to sand it all down because I still have to fill it. This is underneath this. Underneath here is pretty rough, so I gotta fill that. And those two little spots over here, that one I gotta work on, and this here I gotta work on. So hopefully, I think we're gonna have a couple days not quite as warm as we have been, so this might be another couple days delayed before I can get any more work done on it, but we'll see. Like I said, if it gets up to about 50, I'll try to put a coat on, and hopefully it'll stick and everything will be all right. So we're just going to keep working on it, and I'll just keep shooting some, you know, video. Okay, everybody. It's been a couple days since I started this video. Of course, the temperature's been in the mid 50s for, I don't know, a couple of weeks now here, which is crazy for, you know, almost the end of January, but I'm not complaining. I love it. But then as soon as I got to the point where I wanted to put some body filler on the fender, now it's dropped into the 40s. I'm just afraid that's a little bit too cold. It won't cure right or stick or something, and I'll end up doing it twice. So what I'm going to do today is, I know you can't see it on the camera, but these two doors here have got some problems. There's some dents here, a dent here, a little dent here, some little tiny marks here I'm going to finish. This is good. The front end of the car is all good. Well, here's a little ding. Eventually I'll hit that with a little sandpaper and fix that up a little. Down here it's going to need some work too. This has got a lot of little dings. And in here, I'm going to start up here. I'm going to sand this down. Then I'm going to go back to the back door. This doesn't really have a lot of problems. I thought I saw something back here. Around the handle, I'm going to have to, I don't know if I really actually need to hit this with the sander. I could probably hand sand this out before I paint it. There's a run here and some chips in the paint. I can just hand sand. Same thing with this part here. There's a little dent here, a little dent here, some gouges in the paint here and here. And down here, same thing. There's a little dent there. Down in the bottom here, the back, there's one here and some stuff here. So I'll be hitting all this stuff with the sander here and cleaning it up. Get some body filler on it when I can, and start until I can get the money saved up to take this into town and get the exhaust put on it. Guy said $5 to $5.50, which is what he's been doing my other cars for. We're gonna put leave in the comments what you think about this. I'd like to get other people's opinion. We're gonna put side pipes on this, but they're not gonna be like the AAAGGG kind that, you know, the chrome ones that you buy. For less money, the muffler guy I use, the exhaust guy I use, gonna custom make side pipes for me, and he's pretty excited about it. He's a car guy. He's got a bunch of nice old cars and a couple of really cool ones that guy's built, so he's into it and stuff, and he really wants to do the side pipes on it. He's gonna custom build them. We're gonna come out here somewhere right in here with it, run it along probably just right below the rocker panel, so I can put the trim piece on there still, and run it all the way back to about right here then. And then he's going to do a nice turnout on it. And what he's going to do in here, somewhere in it, he's going to put in a 16-inch glass pack. He's going to put in them. It's the same ones I have on Fairlane #1, so I'm thinking the sound should be the same pretty much, which I really like. It's not too aggressive. It just, we get on it and it's nice. Everybody that when I bring these cars someplace and stuff like that, they all go, "Wow, I love that exhaust sound," you know, and I really like it too. I don't want them real loud. So that'll be that. The only problem with that is that they're not going to be chrome plated. I'm going to I'm just going to have to paint them, but that's okay. I'm going to paint them. I'll use like ceramic coat, you know, 2000 degree type flat paint, so it'll match the theme of the car. You know, the front's all blacked out, you know, the bumper, and then these. I think it's going to look really cool. But like I said, you know, let me know what you guys think. Would you do that? Would you just go with duals back? or just go with the single. This has got the, it has the single Y-pipe on it now. That's the only part of the exhaust that was salvageable on it. And I talked to the guy, so this has got that single Y-pipe, you know, on it. What are we going to do there? And he just goes, oh, hell with that. Don't worry about it. I'll just cut that son bitch off and we'll build you an exhaust. And I'm like, woohoo! So I think it's going to be pretty darn cool. So in the meantime, while I'm trying to save up 500 bucks, I'm just going to start monkeying with this. It's warm enough for me to stay out here now and work on this kind of stuff. I won't paint it. You know, I won't paint it. I'll get some primer on stuff, you know, so it doesn't, you know, flash rust again, that kind of stuff. And then when it gets, you know, finally gets up in the 70s and stuff like that, I'll come through and wet sand it and, you know, paint it and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and get going with that. I'm not going to leave the camera run because out here I don't have any power. I have to use the generator, so there's no point in trying to film something over the generator. That would just be, you know, irritating. So I will just be going back and forth with you, showing progress and see what we do. And hopefully this afternoon, I'm hoping it gets up into the 50s again. I think if it does, I can at least get a coat of mud on that fender down where that trim strip was, and it should be okay. I'm hoping, because now it's just sitting out there in the weather. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get cracking on that, and then I'll keep getting, like I said, we'll go back and forth. And oh, one more thing before we get started on everything, and I don't know if people like to hear this or not, but I was checking my analytics the other day on the channel, and it showed that 87% of the people that do watch my videos, they're not subscribed. I need 138 more subscribers to get to that fabled 1,000 subscriber mark. I would really, really, really appreciate it if you guys that aren't subscribed would just hit that button. It's free. It doesn't cause you any problems. I'm not going to try to solicit stuff from you. I'm not going to bother you. Just, you know, help my channel out. Hit the subscribe button, you know, and leave comments and thumbs up. And, you know, I would really appreciate a boost here this year to try to break over the hump, you know, and stuff. That would be really nice. So with that said, I'll get back to working on the car, and we'll just go from there. Well, I got quite a bit of it sanded. I got this one down to the metal. This here, I think this here is pushed out. I had to try to get that. Huh, that might have worked. I don't know. That feels pretty good. This is a dent. Couple of dings. Another ding here. This was just some shitty chipped paint, so I got that smoothed out. Down here is where I had the problems. Oh, I forgot that one. See, I had to go back in a little bit ago and get a Sharpie and mark them, because I couldn't, when I got up close, I couldn't see them. And I still can't see them. I thought this had more problems than it seems to be showing up now. There's still some stuff here, like there's a little thing I want to get out. And I got some of this stuff. These are all those little spots. There were some back here. I still got to get down underneath that quarter panel down there at the bottom. Yeah, see, it's now the light's bad. Now the light, this is in the shadow. I can't see it. I'm going to have to wait until in the morning when the sun's over there, and then it'll shine right on here. Then this stuff just pops out and, you know, really looks weird. A dent here. There's some dents on the top of this car. I actually think that at one time the same owner owned both of my cars. I can't verify that. I probably could if I ran the plate, and I still have the old plates on it. I could probably have the DMV run them for me next time when I license this. They'll probably do that and see who the old owners were, because there's stuff that both cars had the same stuff. Like the driver's seat, part of the seat was just trashed on both cars. Just completely trashed. Up on the roofs on both the cars, right back here, there's some dents in the roof right here. Almost like they threw stuff on the roof or something and hauled it, but both cars have the same dents in the same spot above the back window. So how does that work out? You know, two different people doing the same thing. I think the same person had these cars. I don't know for sure, but anyways, what am I going to do now? I can't see enough to. I could hit this real quick. I guess I can't do anything here. I'm just going to wait till in the morning so I can come back out here, put a Sharpie all the rest of the marks I can see, then I'll hit those. Temperatures are supposed to keep climbing here. We got a week temperatures in the upper 40s, just kind of squeaking into the like 50. I think that'll be good enough for me to get the Bondo on it and get it hand sanded, and then it's showing the first week February for our extended forecast. We're looking at probably going to get 60-degree temperatures. It shows in the mid 50s, but up here where I am, I'm over 5,000 feet here, so I'm a lot closer to that old ball up there in the sky. And it really makes a difference. You wouldn't be surprised. You go down just down the hill and get on the highway down there, temperature could be 10 degrees difference, easy. And it shows clear sunshine the first full week of February right now, and temperatures in the mid 50s. So I'm looking at probably 60 degrees. I can get all the primer done, sanded, probably all that, and then just wait till regular weather, and then go ahead and spray this. I'm almost tempted to try to spray it with an actual, spray gun. But the reason I don't want to do that is I don't want to do it 2 or 3 times. And since I've never actually sprayed a car with a gun, I'm 110% sure I'm going to screw something up. And then I got to go back and sand all kinds of stuff back down and redo it and fix it and clean it and, and then try it again. And I don't really feel like practicing on a full car. I'd rather have other stuff I could just kind of like practice on. till I get the hang of it and learn how to mix paint and you know, all that stuff. It takes, I know it takes years, decades to be a expert painter, and I don't want to do that. I like white, and I like white for a couple reasons. One is I just like it. I think it looks good. It makes the cars look clean, and you can't see a lot of blemishes in them, so it kind of works good. But anyways, let's go over on the fender and see if it's warm enough to for me to mix up a little batch of filler, and at least I can get some filler on that fender, and we can keep working on that. So let's go ahead and move over there. Okay guys, I got some goop mixed up, so let me adjust this camera just a little bit. There you go. So let's get cracking on this. Does anybody actually know the correct formula for the hardener, you know, to the amount of stuff you're going to use? I never know, and I always put too much hardener in, and then it hardens before I use it all. All right, let's see what we can do up here. Well, I think that's good enough for the first coat. I'm going to go over and do a little bit more in the other car, but I don't want to take the time to move everything over there because it'll more than likely the stuff will start to harden up. So. Okay, well, I'm back. That wasn't too bad. I'll kind of get you over here and show you what I was doing. If I could turn this thing around. Sorry about all this. Okay. Sorry about that screw up, but I can't see shit without my glasses on, so but I gotta run down that. Hopefully that's enough. I don't know. I hope so. Everything else looks good. Got some on here. Because I'm gonna have to do some more. Yeah, right on the edge there. And this one here I think will be fine. And then over here I got some of these spots done. They look good. Down here, all these little dings and stuff. I got that big one, boy. You can see I kind of really gooped that up. Oh well. That's what sandpaper's for. Oh, and I missed that one. Oh well. I'm going to have to do more than one. See, I got one down there with the circle on it. So, yeah, bodywork. My favorite stuff. Okay, guys, I guess I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. I'm pretty much done with all I can do. Got to let the body putty set up. I'll let that set for a couple days. See how the weather goes. Probably start hand sanding it. Or actually, I'll sand it with the, the sander. I'll have to do another, a bunch more. So I'll do the ones I missed and stuff there. So anyways, I just wanted to, get a video out, do something. So let's just end this now. And it be, subscribe, like, share, comments, all that kind of stuff would really help my channel to grow. So I would really appreciate that. And anyways, let's just go ahead and end the video here. And thanks for watching, guys.